Hey everybody, I am Katrina from In Cat We Trust, and this is another episode of Kicking Back with Cat. Here I have with me Alan and Kameron Russell, the Russell twins. How are you guys today?
Good, pretty good. You know.
That's good. Glad to hear it. So I want to first ask you guys, what got you into wrestling? What was the moment that you was like, you know, this is something I really want to do with my career?
We both pretty much have the same stories. One day we were little kids. We didn't even like my older brother showed us like glimpse of wrestling or whatever. But it got to the point where he like beat us up every day and like wrestled us and forced us to watch wrestling. And I remember the first moment. I didn't really like have a first match that I saw, but it was the first moment that I saw was Chris Benoit jumping off the steel cage, and immediately after that I was like, yeah, I want to do that. So.
Would you say Chris Benoit is like your favorite wrestler, or is there somebody else you guys really gravitated to?
Yeah, I would say Benoit is my favorite wrestler. I would say who influenced me the most would be Pope. Yeah, Elijah Burke. You know, being an African American wrestler with dreads. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made me like I don't know. He gave me a reason to. I don't know. I felt like I could relate to him. You know. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I definitely like hearing stuff like that because, you know, unfortunately, we don't have as many, as much Black, you know, wrestlers out there. Like even just with like podcasting, and I'm like, we're out there, but it's like you got to work a little harder to find. And wrestlers, you want to see more wrestlers that look like you, and you're like, when you find one, you like really hold on to that. Like you got somebody who looks just like me, so I totally understand that. How would you guys describe, like, there's not many twins in wrestling. Like, that's why I was like, when I heard about you guys, oh, okay, this is kind of dope. I'm a twin as well, but I have a twin brother. Yes, I have a twin brother. So and we're like completely opposites of like everything. We're like, he's taller than me, I'm like really short, and the only thing we did have in common was the fact that we both like to watch wrestling. Like, that was the one thing we really had in common. Everything else is totally different. So, you know, we have the Usos, we have the Bella twins, and like, not too many that you might have brothers or you may have sisters, but you don't have twins. So how is that for you guys as far as like being like one of the few sets of twins in wrestling?
Well, it gives like it gives us like a one up in the ring, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, you know, they'll have like two different people joining one team and they think that, you know, well, yeah, they can have a good match, like whatever. But like when it's me and my brother, we're twins. Like I don't even have to say anything, and he already knows what to do and everything. So like we'll be in the ring, we know each other very well. Yeah, so just automatically we have one up over a lot of people. Yeah, we always on the same page, never not on the same page. Yeah.
So you guys have like that twin thing.
Yeah, there was one time where I was sleeping. And then I forgot what happened, but I was sleeping in my dream. And then like one time he had like he walked like for some reason he like walked into my house in my dream and we like stared at each other. Yeah. And I was like, "You in my dream?" He was like, "Yeah." And then we woke up and we looked at each other. It was like, "Were you really in my dream?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What?" I swear. We tell people that they don't believe it, but it really happened.
Listen, I believe it. My mom has things like that where I'm just like, wait, what? But I believe it. So that's actually pretty awesome. That's definitely like super twin like connected.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's amazing. Would you say it's been like harder to prove yourselves because you guys are twins, or would you thought it would have been easier for the journey?
Yeah, it's pretty hard because, you know, like you said, there's not as many twins in wrestling. So it's like kind of hard because, you know, the top twins right now, I would say, are the Usos, you know. So it's like,
it's kind of like we get compared a lot to like other twins pretty much because there's barely any twins.
And I look at not only is every other tag team my competition, but I mean competition with the other twins. Like we gotta show them that we're different from all these other twins.
First of all, I mean, we are the best twin tag team in professional.
I ain't gonna say all that. You know?
I ain't gonna say all that.
I'm not gonna say all that. You know,
the Usos could get it. The Tate twins could get it. The Burrows twins could get it. All these twins, they could get it. And they should have a twin tag team tournament. Somebody should host a twin tag team tournament, whether it be New Japan, Ring of Honor, WWE, AEW, whoever wants to host it. We will. Like that. We will come out on top of that. Yeah, for sure.
That's actually a dope idea. We just gonna put that out there in the universe, and hopefully somebody answers that, because I think that would be super awesome, and it's different.
Yeah.
So, how would you describe your gimmick to somebody who's never seen you wrestle before?
It's not a gimmick.
It's a lifestyle.
It's not a gimmick. The way we live is the way we grew up. I mean, I would say we turn it up.
No,
we don't even turn it up. Yeah, we don't turn
from
it up.
the dancing to the ring.
Yeah,
from the music to the me jigging in the middle of the ring. You know, when the beat dropped and all this stuff. To the interaction with the fans. That's all. Like we try to bring that New Orleans style to it. You know,
not even just New Orleans. That a little bit of like Kenner style, because
just Louisiana in general. Because you know Louisiana, you know, has been in the background for a good minute. So we here to bring it back to the light.
Yeah. So yeah, from what you see us do in the ring, like on the way to the ring, on the like the dancing and all that stuff, like that energy, you know what I mean? That's us pretty much.
Yeah.
Also, if you wanted to like a better clarification, like of like a way to describe it, let's just call us like, what do you call it? Trying to say like Outcast, pretty much. You know, Outcast. Somewhere like that.
I love Outkast. Listen, Outkast is a dope group. I love them. So I love that. What would you say? Like, I'm always curious as people's wrestling debuts. Like, as far as I always hear so many different stories as far as the journey to get to that first match, or I guess how the feelings behind the first match. So how was that for you guys? Like,
all right, so our first match was actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know, well, a lot of people don't know this, but they you know, keep up with our YouTube channel. Yeah. You know, people that do keep up with it, they'll know. But our debut, you know, it was in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
We wrestled in what it was.
It wasn't Memphis.
It was Tennessee.
Oh, was it Tennessee? I don't remember.
it was a while back, but you know, like 10 months ago. But we went live with Elijah Burke Pope, and he was like, we was just talking to him, and he was like, where you guys right now? We was like, oh, it was in Indiana. I'm sorry, Indiana. So I was like, all right. So we're in Indiana, and he was like, oh, really? We was like, yeah. And he was like, all right, it would be crazy if Pope showed up to y'all show, right?
It was like,
I was like, yeah, it would be crazy. It would be crazy, you know.
We were like, he ain't about to show up.
And then next thing you know, we get dressed. We get dressed in the locker room or whatever. I see this big dude in this little Michael Jackson jacket, you know, Michael Jackson jacket,
like heavy boot stomping.
Yeah, fully covered up.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
he just sat down and looked. He was
just staring at us. I'm like, oh, I know who that is.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, what's up? He's like, you ain't gonna give me a hug? I was like, all right, I gave him a hug.
And of course, he, you know,
he critiqued us like crazy.
Like crazy.
First match ever, like just on us. It was crazy. So
we were appreciating for that.
And then the experience was like overwhelming a little bit because, you know, waiting for that because like we've been training for a good minute, you know, for around a year and a half. And I did feel like in my past we were held back and we were, you know, looked past. So that, you know, that opportunity, like when we finally got the opportunity to showcase what we could do, you know, it was very overwhelming. It was nice. It was dope.
I actually did interview with Isaiah Zane before. Yeah. He did mention that you guys were like a stable, and he did mention as far as being overlooked. So how was that for you? Because I did tell him I thought it kind of sucked if you're somebody who's working really hard and people are just being, you know, assholes. I felt like it was a bit of an asshole kind of move when he told me the story. And I'm like, that kind of like, that's harsh. That's mean. Like, you don't break down people like that, I feel. So how was that for you guys? You know,
well, I don't want to get like too deep into it just because you know, the people that was involved will probably be watching. You know, so it's I just felt it motivated me more to be in that situation because, you know, they keep putting you down, but just that enough gave me enough fuel to like want to keep pushing pushing to get where I wanted to be.
So we appreciate him for that, like for doing that. But like it gets to a point where like, you know, I did amateur wrestling, like USA like wrestling type stuff, and like they didn't even like do that to me during that. So I'm just saying, like in professional wrestling, you go and then like it's like I understand like going at somebody, like teaching them like the tough way, but like there's certain boundaries to the point like where they were like try to get personal with it.
They try to belittle you.
Yeah, and belittle you
and try to break you down. And I'm like,
so it's like, you know. So eventually we saw the opportunity and we was like, we need to do something with our careers. We need to like, you know, we need to
make something shake.
Yeah,
so we made it shake, you know. So we had to. That's it. And then now we at Elevate Pro. You know, we got a big show coming up this weekend. Well, you know, Culture Inc. They got some. You know, they came to our hometown and they was talking a lot of crap. And I think it's about time we show them what the Kickin City flavor, you know, is about. You know, we gonna put it on them, you know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've been hearing good things about the show on the 24th. So I'm looking forward to it. I won't be able to because I don't live in Louisiana. I live in New York. So, but I'm hoping there's a way I can stream or something so I can catch it. And I always like supporting indie wrestling in regards to just like, of course, WWE is good and AEW is good, but there's something about indie wrestling. Like a different vibe. I feel like, you know, the wrestlers feel a lot more connected to the audience in a way. So I love to support indie wrestling for that very reason. It's just like, you get to see more homegrown talent rather, kind of showcase their skill set to everybody. So would you say with regards to wrestling itself, has that been hard or has it been something you guys been able to like kind of get yourselves into where it didn't affect your like too much, or was it like a lot of sacrificing you had to make, stuff like that?
Well, definitely a lot of sacrifice, but it was, you know, there's ups and downs. You know, even though we've been wrestling for 10 months, but we've been through a lot. Like, we got in a car accident. You know, we spun off the road and almost died.
Oh God!
Trying to get to a show. Yeah, and I don't know, it's just a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of people talking and you know, just wrestling politics.
Yeah, politics. So yeah.
But we make it work, you know, as best as we can. You know?
Okay. I seen you guys recently won a tournament, and I can't remember the exact name for it, but I believe it was like a cup type of tournament. You guys won, which I thought was pretty cool. How was that experience for you?
Well, it was very dope. We had it's the Continental Cup, the Elevate Pro Continental Cup. Yeah, we actually beat the Daybreakers for it. They've been holding it for a while, and we had to earn our way to that spot. Obviously, we came out on top. You know? You know, it was very great because, you know, we, due to the pandemic, we wasn't able to wrestle in front of our people or whatever. So the closest show was Mississippi. So it was like, all right, everybody come to Mississippi, come watch us. You know, and they all showed up, and it was very. You know, amazing. It was a great moment.
It was a good feeling to be able to wrestle in front of our family and friends, and for them to be able to experience the moment with us and stuff. So that was pretty dope. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
That's cool. Would you say there's something that you haven't done yet in your wrestling career that's like something you really want to do? Like if there's a certain opponent you guys want, if you want to wrestle somebody specifically, or is there like any kind of match you want to do, like towards the future of your career that you haven't done yet?
With me, you know, it's not a tag match. What I want to do is I want to for one person I want to really wrestle, and I met him like 2 weekends ago. It was Chris Bay. As one person I actually like. I want to one-on-one, you know, and show everybody what I can do against somebody of his caliber. You know?
I mean, I just want to wrestle like I want to go against literally like all the top superstars. That's pretty obvious. And but one thing that I want to do is I want to wrestle the Young Bucks and you know, be able to showcase our skills and let them know that we are the most flippiest people in wrestling. I ain't gonna say we're not flippy. We're not flippy, but we're flippy to an extent. We you know, we flippy where it counts. Yeah. We whenever we wrestle, we scope our opponents. We like to think of a game plan. We don't go in there and just be like, oh, this is what we're gonna do. Like if we wrestle somebody and like let's say if we were wrestling like Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson or something, we would know, we'll test them out while we're in the ring and see their style, and that's based on that style, that's the style that we wrestle pretty much. So yeah.
So you wouldn't say you have like a certain wrestling style, like there's the hard hitting wrestlers, there's the grappler, technical wrestlers, and then there's of course the high. So you can do everything.
We're trained to do everything.
We're trained to do everything. We can work any style. We might slip up in the beginning, but as soon as we know what they're doing, and we on it, like we on top of it, no matter what.
That's amazing. That's great. I mean, not saying I don't like high flying stuff because Jeff Hardy was one of my favorites, and he's always flipping off stuff and and stressing me out. So I love that, but I also appreciate people like Daniel Bryan, who's very technical, or somebody who kind of like can kind of work around like people who just makes other people better in the ring. Like it's just a good match. So I definitely like that you guys can do different styles. I feel like more people also like more fans if you're somebody who can more well-rounded.
Yeah.
More people who wants to watch it, like, oh, okay, you can do that too, and it makes you more. At least for me, it makes me more invested. Like, okay, now let's see what you can do in this match with this wrestler. So that's great. Yeah. Would you say, like, if you can work for any company, or do like something where it's like we have like Money in the Bank, or there's the thing of Slammiversary, I believe that was this past weekend. What would you guys want to do in a situation like that? Like if you can just like showcase yourself on like a really grand scale of things.
I mean, I mean, any opportunity given, we'll do what we always do: is put on a show and make greatness.
Very much, yeah.
No matter what, no matter where, when, or how, we gonna make it happen. But some places I like to go, MLW, Major League Wrestling, Impact, AEW,
of course, WWE,
New Japan, AAA. I want to go everywhere. I don't want to just be in one place.
Yeah.
So wherever I get the chance to do that, that's where we go. Showcase.
Okay, so if you weren't wrestling, what would be a career choice you would do if wrestling was completely off the table?
If I wasn't wrestling or doing any, I mean, it would have to be something within wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not pro wrestling, it would be amateur wrestling. It has to be something with it. Like, I feel God put us on this earth to wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was it. Like, there's nothing else but wrestling. That's it. So, like, we're naturals at amateur wrestling. We're natural. I would say that we're kind of naturals at professional wrestling too. So it's like it's not like I'm not being cocky or anything. It's just like one of those.
It's good.
It's just like we catch on to things quite easy. So I would say it has to be something with professional wrestling or with amateur wrestling. Just wrestling, period.
Well, with me, I would be a chiropractor.
This guy.
I'd be a chiropractor. Like
I mean, listen, back problems, you get older, the back problems come. Listen, a chiropractor, a good one is very hard to find. So that's
what I'm saying.
What are your thoughts on like the current state of wrestling? Because we have all these indie promotions out. We do have AEW now, and they're working relationships with New Japan and Impact, and I love MLW. I actually got to meet Jake Fatu a few weeks ago at a show, and he was really like gave me really great advice. And I was just interviewing, and he gave me like really really dope advice. And I'm like, well, thank you, bro. Like I appreciate wanting to speak to me, and you don't know who I am. So, what is your thoughts? Like we have all these promotions, we have all these things available to us now, as not only as a wrestler, but like for me as a fan who's just watching. What are your thoughts on like the current state of wrestling and like what we have?
The current state of wrestling like is actually in the best place it's ever been, because there's so many places everybody could go and so many opportunities. It's like everyone in wrestling is bound to make it if you good, or if you put in the effort. Somebody's always watching, somebody's always looking.
That's one thing Pope said. Pope said if you put in the work. If you constantly grind and you put in the work, and of course you don't do anything to mess yourself up or anything like that, but you're constantly working, you're constantly grinding, you're constantly pushing, you're going to get it. You're bound to get it. You can't just work extremely hard for something and just not get it. You You know what I mean? Like it just can't happen.
You always get something.
You always gonna get it. So,
rather it's a lesson or get, anything.
But current state of wrestling, I like it. Yeah, a lot of people get opportunities now, and one day we'll get that opportunity to showcase our skills on a major platform or something like that. But everything else is just pretty. I think with the styles of wrestling, all these clash of different styles with like the mixed martial arts getting in there, and of course amateur, like showing the amateur stuff and just showing like all these different gimmicks, like baseball gimmicks, golfing gimmicks, basketball gimmicks, all this stuff, like just a clash of everything. It's more like state of wrestling is like I like a lot.
It's a lot of talking.
I know.
What would you say you have like a favorite part about being on the road, or like something that you really don't particularly care about when you have to travel a lot and it requires you to kind of not be in your home state or whatever?
What was the question again? Sorry.
No worries. I said, do you have like a favorite thing about having to be on the road, or like a least favorite thing about being on the road when you have to go to shows and stuff?
I love everything about being part of the road, like being on the road and stuff is just being able to drive and experience like mountains and stuff that we like never been able to see before. Like I love the coffee on the trips. Just everything about being on the road excites me. So I don't really think there's any downs about it. So.
See, with me, I would say the downs are like how long the drives are. You drive like 13 hours, 15 hours. It kind of hurts your back and stuff. So it's like that. Because we normally don't get a hotel because we try to save gas. We would drive like 13 hours there, wrestle, and drive 13 hours right after the show. So it's like very hectic. So other than that, like the experiences and the moments and everything, like creating memories on the road. That part's dope. Yeah, the traveling part, all right, it's kind of rough, right? It's kind of
not to me,
but we manage. We manage.
So how is it like being in a stable? I want your thoughts on it, because I did ask Isaiah and he told me, I was like, that's cool. But now that I have the other two from the stable, how's that for you guys being like together in the stable and like kind of like you have your twin thing, but you also have your unit as a group?
Yeah. Being in the stable, I feel it's fun. It's you get to have you get to showcase. Well, not showcase, but yeah, showcase. But you get to bring in different styles. We have the twins, and we have Isaiah Zane who does Isaiah Zane stuff. So just we go. We already good, and we already do our stuff, and then Izzy is good and does his stuff, and then we put it all together. We become this like dominant factor. So.
And not only are we like just a twin tag team, we like to do solo stuff as well. Yeah, not a lot of it is on the internet right now, but eventually everybody will start to see, and you get to see more of me to get to know me, and more of him to get to know him. So then I feel that will like bring more value to the stable. Yeah, and it will make us a greater stable than any stable. So we go. So being in a stable to me is pretty dope, It's learning experiences and have to working with new people and working different types of matches and stuff is a great experience.
Okay. What would you say to somebody who wants to wrestle but hasn't wrestled before, and they come to you and go, so what do I need to do to become a wrestler? What advice would you give somebody who's just starting out?
Well, for me, I would say do your research on the type of school you go into. You don't want to just go to any school. Mm-hmm. Make sure you spend your money wisely or wherever you go. Going into whatever school you choose, be a sponge and don't talk, just listen. Like just be a sponge, soak as much knowledge as possible. Don't speak unless spoken to. Just pay attention.
Just gather as much knowledge as you can from the next person, because you never know what that person has to offer. Pretty much that. And like he said, do your research, study. Watch a lot of old school wrestling. Study old school wrestling. Do not watch none of the new stuff. if you have like, I mean, you can watch it as a fan, but if you want to study the game, you watch the old stuff. So yeah, that's all I'll have to say to somebody that's coming up that's new.
Okay. Do you guys have a favorite match that you guys have done so far? Like it's like your favorite match of your career so far?
So far for me, it was what it was 2 weeks ago. We was in North Carolina. We wrestled the Wrestler Prodigies for the FSPW. That's the Firestar Pro Wrestling Championship. We took an L, but you know the experience. Like overall, you know those guys are like young. They're like 17.
Yeah.
And they can work. Like they
crazy,
amazing. Like they are great. So everybody check them out. Yeah, they are great. The Wrestler Prodigies. And I feel it's like very easy to work with them. It's very we get to do what we want to do with them. It's like I don't know. We just click. We got like a lot of charisma.
And Firestar, oh my gosh, the atmosphere over there was unbelievable. It was crazy. Like probably the most people we probably ever wrestled in front of.
Oh yeah.
And just the production and everything was just like immaculate. It was beautiful. I swear. But yeah, we would definitely love to be back there and be able to run it back with them again. You know, and
Okay, that's great. So we're going to do a really quick speed round to kind of like switch these up a bit, you know, get a little away from wrestling. So you guys can both answer, you know, however you feel you need to answer this. So first question is, are you a night owl or a morning person?
Night owl.
I'm a night owl.
Yeah.
Text message or a phone call?
Text message.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No, phone call.
It depends. It depends on the situation.
For me, I think text messages like you can take stuff the wrong way.
True,
you know?
Yeah.
But a phone call, you can tell. You know, you can tell what somebody's saying. You know?
That is true. Yeah,
I'd rather a phone call.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, well, I like text, but phone call is important. Like, okay, let's do a phone call because I know I could come off kind of in text messages as well. I'm like, that's not the way I meant it, but okay.
Yeah, you know that.
Favorite movie?
Toy Story.
I'm more of a horror guy. I'll say Child's Play or like Halloween, all those types of things.
Ooh, horror movie is my favorite genre. Favorite song?
Oh, I have a favorite album. It's Lil Skies.
This guy,
Light from a Dark Rose. I like.
I like that. I don't have like a favorite artist. I just listen to a lot of people. So I listen to a lot of different genres of like music. Like While She Sleeps, that's like metalcore, I think. So I listen to While She Sleeps. I listen to a lot of Trippie Redd, all that crazy stuff. So City More, yeah.
Do you would you do playlists or you download songs? Like, you know, there's like that whole, I might do a playlist or I might download a song to your phone. So which one do you? I'm so old school. I download. I completely download. I'm like, I'll just put it on my phone. Marvel or DC?
Marvel. My favorite superhero is
Spider-Man, straight up. There's no superhero that is greater than Spider-Man. You can climb on walls, you can spray webs, you can jump far, you can beat up anybody you want. Like, there's no superhero greater than Spider-Man. Batman don't
hit by a radioactive.
Exactly. Like, you can do whatever you want as Spider-Man. Like, you're so much free. Like, of course you can be Superman, but like Spider-Man is so much better. It's more realistic too. Like, if you get what I'm saying, it's more realistic. Yeah.
No, he's one of my favorite Marvel people too, and he's from Queens, and so am I. So he's like a whole big for me. It's like I love him, and I love Wolverine. Those are like my favorite Marvel people.
Wolverine too. Yeah.
Wolverine's amazing. He's like everything. If I wanted to be really rude and blunt, he would be me. Like, but you know. Okay, so if you said Spider-Man, so how do you feel about the new Spider-Man movies, like Tom Holland? And do you like, which is your favorite Spider-Man rather? Do you like Andrew, Toby, Tom?
Toby.
You're old school. I like him too. Though I do feel like Tom kind of fits a little bit, like how I picture it.
I feel I grew up on the Tobey Maguire.
Same.
So it's like that right there, like
that would hit different.
that hit different for me.
That's the one that had me in my room doing all that.
Doing this stuff.
So then, favorite Spider-Man villain?
Green Goblin, for sure. That's my favorite. Favorite Spider-Man villain. Yeah. He trying to be different right now.
Nah, dude. Yeah, I would say Green Goblin. Yes, of course. I had to think about it.
I actually like Venom. I don't even know why. He's my favorite.
That's what I was thinking about. But I was like,
I know he's like anti-hero now, but I'm like, I don't know. I love Venom. I thought he was just there, you know, and imposing. I love that.
I get you.
So, you said you like different genres, but do you have a favorite genre of music you like?
So I can't really hear you though.
I'm sorry. So I know you said you had a favorite. You listen to different types of music.
Yeah.
But do you have a favorite genre?
No, I'm just like I'm all over. I just like it. Just really depends on the mood. Like if I feel like beating somebody up, I'll listen to some City Morgue. If I feel like I don't know it depends. Like if I'm in a chill mood, I'll listen to some Nirvana. If I'm like in a crazy mood, if I'm working out, I listen to some Watch Me Sleep or something like that. But if I'm just driving in my car, I listen to Trippie Redd or like X or something like that. Yeah, it just all depends on the mood, you know.
Okay.
I like Dayglow. That's like
Dayglow.
I love Dayglow. If you don't know what Dayglow is, look them up. They pretty dope, you know. Pretty dope. Yeah.
Also, Messel the Milkman. Look up Messel the Milkman.
Also, Slick Cobain, the guy that made our song.
He made our
dope
song. Yeah,
he made our theme song. It's called DRT. Yeah. DRT. Right there.
Nice. So do you guys have any like future things you guys are working on?
We have some future things, yeah, but we can't speak on that right now.
Yeah, we can't.
Okay.
Yeah, because some good things coming up. Yeah.
So what do you this is me giving you guys the floor. What do you want to promote to the listeners? Or anywhere they want to check you out, as far as you have shows coming up, if you have anything you're working on. I know you guys mentioned a YouTube channel as well. So, floor is yours.
All right, so you can check us out on YouTube at DA Russell Twins. That's the Russell Twins.
RUSSELL Twins with T wins.
Because we always give it done. Always done.
Also, you can look me up on Instagram. That's Allen Russell 939. That's ALLEN RUSSELL 939.
And then you can follow me at K.Russell123. It's that simple.
And then you can also follow us on Instagram at the Russell Twins. All together. And then if you want to follow the Make It You Can, that's the Make It. That's it. And then if you go, you say YouTube, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. If we say YouTube, right? You got TikTok.
TikTok, you follow.
I used to be on TikTok, but I don't really.
TikTok, you can check me out at
you gotta check it. It's probably a long
Dirty Cam. Capital DRT, lowercase y, capital KAM. Dirty Cam.
But watching the mukbang. He was watching a mukbang. What the?
It just popped up.
That's funny, bro. But yeah.
Okay, so I will have all the links in the description, and I also will tag you guys on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you have Facebook, I will tag all. I make sure I can spread all of that. And I want to thank you guys for joining me. This is super fun.
Thank you.
And you guys are the first set of twins I interviewed, and it's like really cool because it's like I am a twin, but it's different when it's like the same,
Yeah.
Like he's a boy twin, so it's like, okay, well, like I love you, but we're so not close. So it's always kind of see the opposite of what me and my brother are. It's like weird. Like we love each other, but it's also like we're so different.
Yeah,
so I'm always curious how that works when it's like twins who are really, really close. It's like, oh, that's nice to see.
Yeah.
Very close, somewhat.
So again, thank you so much. Again, I will have all the links in the description. Please go. If you can get to the show July 24th, please make it. Please support. You guys have pro wrestling tees or anything, like any merch?
Oh no, we don't have pro wrestling tees yet, but we're working on that. But you can check us out on teespring.com. We have merch. It's on the Make It store. So we have the Make It merch. Also, your boy Izzy merch.
Yeah.
And also the Russell Twins merch.
I'm telling you, that merchandise is so fire. It's probably the best merch that you'll ever see in professional wrestling today. It's like it's
It's not just regular merch. It's like a clothing line.
Like, you can really wear it. So like, it's way
designed it to where you could.
Yeah, anybody could just
not
wear
look
it.
like a mark.
Yeah,
You just outside just wearing regular
you
clothes.
just wear that. Yeah,
You know.
That's it.
Okay, so that's even better. So if you guys want to support, please go to their merch store, which I will also have the link in the description. Support, check them out, watch them, what they do, and let them shine and let them do their thing. Y'all watch and support. You gotta support us Black, wrestlers. Gotta support the wrestlers. Gotta support, all of that. So thank you guys so much. It was really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye. See you later.